God's people did evil in front of his eyes. They forgot all about him, it just wasn't wise. They looked for their answers from statues of wood. They asked them for help, it just did no good. Without God to help them, an enemy came. For 7 long years they really felt pain. They hid in the caves, way up high in the hills, struggling to grow wheat to grind flour at the mills. Our unlikely hero was hiding one day, beating wheat into flour, hidden away. An angel he spoke and told of God's plan. He said, "The Lord is with you, you mighty young man." Gideon was shocked by this word from the Lord. He wasn't mighty, no good with a sword. But God had a mission for our hero that night. Tear down the false gods, it'll take all your might. Having completed his mission, he hoped it was done. But God told him of his plans to save everyone. God said to Gideon, "Put a fleece on the ground." In the morning it was soaking, but dry all around. Gideon wanted to see this power once more. God said, "All right, put your fleece on the floor." This time the ground, it was soaking wet. The fleece, it was dry. The challenge was met. "32,000 turned up for the fight, armed with their swords, but some filled with fright. Gideon told them, 'If you're scared, you can go.' 22,000 left. Oh, what a blow. "Too many," said God. "The numbers must shrink. Take them to the water, make them all drink." Over 9,000 men drank water like cattle. Just 300 men would go to the battle. That night Gideon was nervous, filling with fear. God said, "Sneak into their camp, see what you hear." One guard told of a dream as they had a chat. A giant bread roll had knocked his tent flat. The guard didn't giggle. He looked quite pale. He said, "This is Gideon, he must prevail." Gideon went and awoke the men for the fight. He was trusting that God would show his great might. With pots, fire and trumpets, the men got in place. They surrounded 3 sides of the enemy's space. When the signal was given, the pots they were broken. With sound of shouting and trumpets, the enemy was awoken. They ran from their tents, they were struck by the sight. They were surrounded by the enemy, each with a light. In their confusion they fought their own men. God had won a great victory again. Not in our own power can we do these great things. Relying on God, a great victory brings. When we stop our doing and trust what Jesus has done, believing we find victory in God's only Son.